Hi, welcome to lecture 8, which is a practical on QGIS. So today we will be talking about QGIS as a user, and then we will see how to use Python inside QGIS to be able to automate all these exercises that we'll be doing today. So today we'll be using the GUI. So you have to remember, you have to run QGIS as admin. So right click and say run as administrator. Okay, so I had discussed this in the previous lecture. So here will be the layers which will come in. Now just look at these packages over here. So in the browser, if you see, let's start with some inbuilt, maps that we have. There's something called OpenStreetMap, which you will see inside the XYZ tiles over here in your browser. So just look at this file here. Now you will see as soon as we put it here, I am able to see this over here in the layers as well. I'm able to toggle this and make it visible whenever I click on this. So this is about all the states inside the countries. And since I'm from this side, the UP side, I'm looking at this area. Now I have downloaded certain files which will go on top of this. So let me first just open them. I think I had the file in the downloads. All these files I'll be sharing on my description as well as in the resources folder. So you can go through them, you can download them and repeat the exercises. So this is the central zone file that I was looking at. So over here, see, I have downloaded certain shape files here. So let's look at these one by one. So these, by the name also, you'll guess that these are basically the admin areas which are there. Then you have buildings, you have land use, then you have natural resources here. So places are there. These kind of files are here. So let's just look at one of them. Let's look at the water. So I can just pull it out over here and see this is automatically added. Now this is gone on top of it. So it's kind of overlaid on top of this. If I pull it down, so I'll not be able to see it because this map is over the other layer. So for visibility, whatever is on top will be visible. So now on the top, I have GIS waters. So you can see here the water bodies are kind of start visible here and this is the red color. So let me just change it. I will change the color to something blue which looks little like water kind of a thing. And you can start seeing the water bodies here. So Kanpur has Ganges flowing through this. So it's visible here. Now let me take another, let me see what is this. So this is the waterways. So this is just a line here and it's a red line. Let me change it to something different so that I'm able to kind of visualize it separately. So taken a dark green color here for this. And you can see this is the waterways which is available. So the waterways are basically the channels available for a passage from water. So it could be canals, it could be rivers, it could be man-made as well as artificial waterways that you have. Then I can keep overlaying on this. So maybe I want to find out the land use. Let's look at the land use here. I put it on top of this and this is now purple. So you will start seeing this purple kind of an overlay over here. So let me remove a few. So I'll just, kind of remove these and I'm just seeing the land use right now. Now, if you go here, there's something over here that you will see, identify features. It is over here. So just click on here and wherever I will click, see, I will start seeing the features here. So their name is here and what kind of land use is there. So it will come. So over here in Lucknow, see, you can see here that this is a residential kind of a class here. It's the race course ground. Similarly, this is residential. This is industrial area that we have. This is the airport area. So let's find out the land use around this. So this is residential. This is grass. So this is probably the field where they land the planes. So you can see here, you can start exploring. You'll be able to derive all these land uses over here. So this is pretty interesting. You can do it at your leisure, but this is how we basically explore. So I've overlaid, you can overlay roads here. On top of this, maybe if I put roads. So you can see here the road network comes in. So this is how my Google Maps are also made. So these are the maps which I used. I can probably just remove this and I can, if I try to identify, whatever I select, it will give me. So there's another way. I can just, right click on whatever I want to say and I can take the results of that also. So anyways, so these files will be available for you and you can just freely explore them. Now, another thing that you have here is the maps and global terrain. So I have pulled it out here and you can see that the terrain is coming here. Now this was the satellite image that I had downloaded of the Kanpur region. So let me try and put it here. So I'll just browse over here in my browser. So this was the file that I had downloaded and you can see here that I have all these files here. Just expand it a little. So over here you can see these are the images that we had downloaded. So just let's take randomly one of them, one band channel, and put it here and see what's happening. I'll put this on the top. So you can see here it's come on top of this. Now this was the area that we had seen. Now let me just remove this one and overlay on the street map. Now you can see here all the river features are mapping so beautifully over here with this. I can actually change the color here. So colorize this and then now you can see the river coming from here is completely mapped and it's so beautifully overlaid over here. So this is how we actually detect the features and are able to kind of do cartography. Now if I want to suppose add something, so let's just explore that also. So over here what we did was that we have put in certain layers here. We were able to put in our TIFF files also that we downloaded. Now let me create a shapefile. So for this, with a new shapefile, let me say that I am creating my points. And there are certain fields that I want. So I want maybe the ID is something which is already there. Let me say name is a field that I want to add, and it's a type of a text that I'll add. So, and the geometry is going to be point. So I've added a point here. I've given a field and I'll say add to the field list. I can keep adding fields that I want. So if I have, maybe point radius, I want to say, and it is a integer kind of a number, I can add this to the field list. So I have created a file basically by the name of mypoints.shape, and it is having points here with with three features. So one is ID, which is definitely unique for the point that is created, the name of the point and the radius of the point. Let's say OK. Now once I have created this, now in the my points that I have, here I will get an option of toggle editing. So as soon as I toggle editing, this becomes active and I'm able to add point features. So I will just have to add, so maybe, I have certain points that I want to mark here. So maybe I mark over here and I'll give the ID as 1, name as building 1, radius is probably 10, and I'll say OK. Then I will add another point here. So maybe something over here, ID 2, building 2, radius 15. OK. So this is how I can add values inside my. So this is how I can add values inside my vector that I have created. Now suppose I want to create, so I want another thing to come up. So I will give it my lines. So lines can be for any kind of, rivers or any roads that I want to have. And the geometry is going to be line string. I will say lines by me. Or maybe I will, okay, the name of the field, I can say probably the length that I want to give, and it's going to be in numbers. So it's going to be in decimal numbers, and I say add to the field list. So I have two values here. I've created here. So see over here, the my lines comes in. Now again, I will do the same thing. I will right click. I will say toggle editing. This becomes active. And I'm now able to add lines here. So suppose I want to add a line over here. So this is probably the road that I'm constructing or whatever. So from here to here and here, I will end with a right click. ID is 1, length is maybe 100. And I have created a line here. So I can keep doing this and keep adding. Let me add one more type. So another vector that I can add is of a polygon. So I can say my poly. And the geometry type is going to be a polygon. So maybe I'll give the ID as a field as shape of a string type. OK. Again, right click. I will say toggle editing. This becomes active. Now I can add a polygon here. As many times you click, those number of edges are created and your polygon is now done. So I can maybe give one, and the shape is triangles. And I can keep doing this, triangles, and I can keep doing this. So this is how we can, create our own polygons, lines and points inside a vector. And a little bit about browsing around. the files here. So the main aim that of our project is going to be able to automate all this using Python. So in the next class, I will talk about that. I will finish my lecture here. Thank you so much.